one of the least developed countries in the world. We cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. So I ask you to job creation for the Liberian people. Next priority is agriculture. This is what the
Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings, for Mr. Cummings, my Liberian people, for Mr. Cummings, yeah, Alexander Cummings, for yeah, Alexander Cummings, for Mr. Cummings, yeah, you left to for Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings, for Mr. Cummings, for Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings, for Mr. Cummings, how much carbon, you left for Mr. Cummings, Alexander Cummings, for Mr. Cummings, so how much carbon, oh, somebody give me chance.
Not in the business, you catching fever. You getting serious like anti-river. Ain't no stopping by the river. And as we coming, we sweeping, we cutting, we moving up away. We coming, well, it's gonna be coming. As we coming, we sweeping, we coming. And then when we meet up, stick, well, it's gonna be coming. Yeah, you come on, man, yeah, we coming.
The ones I trust so much, they made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader. He gave me a leader with love for his people. He gave me a leader who would deliver us from poverty. God look at Liberia with mercy from him high. He gave me my ABC, now you want to stay in my way. Somebody give me chance. ABC coming, somebody give me chance. I'm talking the talk and do, somebody give me chance. Talk and do, somebody give me chance. So come in the talk and do, somebody give me chance. For better education, somebody give me chance. For good health system, somebody give me chance. For good infrastructure, somebody give me chance. Oh, somebody give me chance. Oh, shit. Way back, you are giving me corporate. You are giving me small money. Then you tell me, say you are coming to face the road. And you tell me, say you are coming to face the school. And you tell me, say corruption was going to finish. But how come I never see you do nothing? I say how come everything too hard? I've been praying to God every day. Please give me a leader. Please give me a leader with love for these people. Please give me a leader who will deliver from poverty. God look at Liberia with mercy from him high. He gave me my ABC, now you want to stay in my way. Please give me chance. I said get up for him my face. Somebody give me chance. ABC coming, somebody give me chance. Alexander B coming, somebody give me chance. He coming with his partner, somebody give me chance. Solonte, Jeremiah Solonte, somebody give me chance. Solonte, Jeremiah Solonte. Somebody give me chance. Somebody give me chance. Somebody give me chance. We talking about talk and do. Somebody give me chance. Talk and do. We talking about talk and do. Somebody give me chance. Talk and do. We talking about talk and do. Somebody give me chance. I said you tell a plenty talking. Somebody give me chance. Talk. Somebody give me chance. Talk. Somebody give me chance. Oh, somebody give me chance. The leaders I love, the ones I love, the ones I love so much. They made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader. He gave me my ABC, now you want to stay my way. He gave me my ABC, then you want to stay my way. He gave me my breakthrough, now you want to stay my way. Enemies of progress, now you want to stay my way. Please give me a chance. I'm talking about I can do, please give me a chance. Alexander B. Cummings, please give me a chance. For good education, please give me a chance. For good infrastructure, please give me a chance. I say good health system, please give me a chance. Oh, somebody give me a chance. Give me a chance. The leaders I love, the ones I love, the ones I love so much. They made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader. He gave me a leader with love for his people. He gave me a leader who would deliver us from poverty. God look at Liberia with mercy from him heart. He gave me my ABC, now you want stand in my way. Somebody give me chance. ABC coming, somebody give me chance. I'm talking the talk and do. Somebody give me chance. Talk and do. The comments the talk and do. Somebody give me chance. For good education, somebody give me chance. For better infrastructure, somebody give me chance. For good health system, somebody give me chance. Oh, somebody give me chance. You tell a plenty talking, somebody give me chance. Talk. Somebody give me chance. Talk. I'm talking but talk and do. Somebody give me chance. Talk and do. There's a coming that talk and do. Somebody give me chance. Talk and do. Corruption not in his blood. I talk and do. Stealing not in his blood. Take time and somebody give me chance. His nothing with blood. I'm talking but talk and do. Somebody give me chance. Talk and do. There's a coming that talk and do. Somebody give me chance. For good education, somebody give me chance. For better infrastructure, somebody give me chance. For good health system, somebody give me chance. Oh, somebody give me chance. You tell a plenty talking, somebody give me chance. Talk. Somebody give me chance. Talk. I'm talking but talk and do. Somebody give me chance. Talk and do. There's a coming that talk and do. Somebody give me chance. Talk and do. Corruption not in his blood. I talk and do. Stealing not in his blood. I talk and do. His hands not stained with blood. I talk and do. I'm talking but talk and do. Somebody give me chance.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you for coming in. The time is what? 12:20 in the morning in America, and it's in the morning in Liberia too. When I say in the morning, that means people are still sleeping. Okay, good. At least I hear myself now. Okay, good. The audio is on. Thank you very much. You hear that song? Somebody give me chance. Talk and do. People like too much talking. People just talk because they feel like talking. People just talk because they feel like talking. That is the number one thing Liberian people do. We talk for nothing and nothing there to back it up. We just talk. We just sit down and make up our own story. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. You said don't look at the numbers, don't watch, don't worry about who watching right now. But I'm telling you, I am fired up in the sense that I receive calls from Liberia, especially, all the time I've been showing this and video, and it was just from Sunday. People just got onto it. People texting me and inboxing, oh, can I get that? Can I get it? And I think been around a long time. But you got to put your own little juice on it now and make it spicy a little bit and more to come up because I stay editing another one again and I'm trying to take some stuff off because that song was made for 2017 and you still got Jeremiah Snunter and all. But listen, it's ANC. Mr. Cummings, the only candidate that his message stay the same. Either his message have been upgraded or remain the same. So when Mr. Cummings told you yesterday that he would not take pay, he have added something on it because every day he's motivated by the people. Look, you see, Mr. Cummings is not moved by what we put on Facebook, all the negative things they put around. I never see a man who is so energized. I never see a man who is so strong in his spirit. I will tell you today. And I want to give you that same message. Do not be discouraged. There is nothing easy. There is nothing easy to victory. For you to succeed, you must work. So when you see some of us taking our time, spending it on Facebook and talking and doing this and doing that, we're not doing it because I want to show my red face. I'm not doing it to kind of show off yet. No, this is not a show off business. I'm supposed to be sleeping. You're supposed to be sleeping. But because of Liberia, when people tell you, say you desperate, tell them, yes, I'm desperate for change. We desperate because our brothers and sisters cannot afford it. That is why we are desperate. We're desperate because there is no good drinking water in Liberia. We're desperate because the country is dirty. We're desperate because they are using our taxpayer money for themselves. Handful of people. That is why we're desperate. We are desperate because we're sitting, we cannot even feed ourselves, and we still cannot lead our country. We have to allow the white men to tell us what we're doing wrong, and we can see it, but yet instead, other people will not speak out. That is why we're desperate. Always, it is good to be desperate for what you want. You know what I'm saying? We should be desperate for. There is no plan B in politics. There is no plan B in politics or success. Some people say, but why you say so? No. When you want to succeed, if you need something, go for it. If you fail, you come back and recalibrate or rearrange yourself and continue. People who always worry about plan B, they are people who planning something different or something bad. You see, within the CPP, Ben Ayuri had plan B. Mo Ali and others had a plan B. Okay, we'll put this into it. If it don't work, then we'll do what we're supposed to do. But my people, we're not going to be wasting time on no framework document. You know why I'm happy about the framework document? Because everything we've been preaching about, it was said today on the Spoon Talk. Everything that I told you that this document people do not read. The clause been in our document for a very long time, but when we say it, our smart Liberians who went to school, because they got the degree, they say, oh no, that's not how it works. Liberians know how to change stories. They know how to change. They know how to turn a capital I into L. They know how to do it. They know how to look at or gray and tell you, say, no, it's white. And let me tell you guys today, whether you take it from me or not, the framework, that exit clause were put in by the guys who put the document together. It was not put in by no lawyers. The representative from ALP, that were their suggestion. Now, it was a good thing to hold everybody together. The fact is that we believe that coalition cannot hold. So once you sign onto that document, you are committed. And if you decide to leave, it is a process how to leave. Or you will not you will not participate in the 2023 election. It's clear. It is clear. Clear. But people play deaf ear. Do you know why it was put in there? That document, that part of it was put into the document because a lot of people believe that if Mr. Cummings do not win their nomination for CPP, he will leave. That was the whole thing. I will be honest with you today. We are free to talk now and tell them that You know, that's a real when they say the hole you dig for me, I jump over it. Yes. It was put in because everybody believed that Cummings had no path, no chance of winning. Ure supporting Boaka, Yombly supporting Boaka. There is no chance for Mr. Cummings to win. It was said on all the biggest talk show. They call me and they talk to me, oh my man, you can win. Mr. Ure supporting Boaka and Yombly. We said no problem. We'll still fight to be there. That is why when you can remember at the Liberty Party and the Unity Party head office, the old head office, Ure made a statement that nobody will leave. This document is a living document. Nobody will leave. And if anybody try to leave, the Liberian Post should hold you responsible. Now, we said we wanted a strong thing. Now, people don't even know the consensus agreement because that document was built on consensus. It means that the four party must agree to break it down or to make any decisions. Just how they got the United Nations Security Council today. One man said no, that's it. In the CPP, one man said no, that's it. Why you think they were telling Mr. Cummings to go and bring the document? No. Mr. Cummings alone had no authority to go to NEC and take the document. There must be four sign onto it. We said that thing over and over and over today. Ben Senvi talk about it, and everybody was surprised and said, oh, why you surprised? Now, by election coming on for Lofa County, Unity Party want to feed candidates, but they don't want to go on the C because they're not with CPP. They are ashamed. They are not with CPP. But technically, according to law, legally, if you go to NEC, their name will still be on the CPP document that they are still four political parties. So the logo is registered on the four parties' logo are registered on the name CPP. All this thing they're talking, they're yelling. Why up to now they cannot even form a coalition? Ask yourself the question. Ask yourself the question. United Liberty ALP left, and by default, ANC is supposed to be the chairman right now for Liberty for the CPP because if anything, ALP is supposed to take it, but because ALP is out, after ALP it was ANC. So ANC now, that's it. The only time the CPP will dissolve when four of them come back. Now, my Unity Party and ALP, don't be ashamed. You need to come to Liberty Party and ANC and beg, please, guys, let us go and just break up this thing here. Say it, be a man. If anybody watched the video between Mr. Cummings and myself, I asked Mr. Cummings the question. I said, if Boaka and Ure and other people tell you, say, well, Mr. Cummings, they think it's not working, can we just cut it off? He said, I never thought about it. Go back and watch it. I will play it. I will not play it about. I got it on my page. He said, I never thought about it. He said, but if you marry and somebody, if the wife says she need a divorce, if you cannot solve it, you got to give her divorce. He said, but nobody ever came to me. They never sat in a meeting. This is the frustrating part. There have been no meeting where Mr. Ure, Mr. Boaka, Mr. Cummings sat in and they look in Cummings' face and say, let us just cancel this thing. They never said it. They were doing it behind closed door. And Mr. Cummings, he don't talk. He's think. He's smart. He's a leader. Leader eat last. Leader speak last. He think before he speak. We're not talking about leader then who shut up, that do not speak for months and months and months. We're talking about if a situation arises, the leaders will wait and view it and listen to people before speaking. They never did it. Right now within the CPP is ANC and Liberty Party. ANC and Liberty Party, they are the one in control. And I believe that the CPP will put up a candidate in Lufa County. Now, people try to change it again. Oh no, I don't think it will work. Hey, these guys, they are ashamed. So they left already. They told the public that they are gone. Stay there. So we will use it. We will use the full logo. Nobody push them out. Now, by law, nobody push them out. That got nothing to do with it. But let me just change the topic a little bit. Let me just educate Mo Ali. You know, I'm not a lawyer, but the Constitution is clear. If there's any doubt about the Constitution, you got one place to take it, is to go to the Supreme Court. Only the Chief Justice and the justices can interpret a law. But for now, we can interpret it, and there is nobody should act smart to think you can change it. The Constitution says that every citizen has the right to associate and disassociate. You cannot force nobody to associate with you. They say what? Citizen. They never tell you that organization, association, or clubs, or whatsoever. Because if that's the case, if a club sign a contract, that contract is signed until it's either messed up or something else. So if they want to leave, all they need to do, go to the Supreme Court and let the Supreme Court interpret the law, and then the Supreme Court will say, no, CPP can break up. Everybody can go about the business. There's no binding, no holding. Yes. As an individual, you can't force me. Now, what UP and ALP trying to do, they're trying to figure out a name. They want to register the name and then pretend as if it's UP and ALP into a collaboration carrying the name, but it will not be UP. They can't use the logo. Mr. Bwaka will have to go on their own. Now, if Liberty Party decides, okay, we'll break up, or ANC say we're leaving, that means everybody will go on their own. But if they don't come together and go to NEC and break it up, or by default, NEC will say, but we're not putting you on a ballot because you're actually, they might put the party on the ballot. Then everybody will go independent. But if they want, they can come together and then, but Unity Party, don't be ashamed. This is not no entitlement. Come back, you're free. Your name is on the list. Now today, Mo Ali threatens the state, the security of Liberia. Are there anybody think that they can stop Unity Party? There will be no election in Liberia. A mulatto man, don't act stupid. I'm a mulatto. Mulatto people supposed to be smart people because we got a black and a white in us. Mulatto people don't just lie. When you see them, when who can lie, they can steal. When they lie, they steal. Mo Ali just said that he got the original copy, so I don't know which one. Mo Ali said he has the original copy with him. I hope you all got it on record because our video I already downloaded it on my computer. Mo Ali told the world and the Liberian people that Mo Ali got in his possession the original copy of the document. So he will have to go to court now. He will testify and show the original copy. So maybe his copy. So I don't know. You know, they think the Liberians are stupid people. Now, let me tell you that I'm a mulatto man. My pa wear my man black. I was born and raised in Liberia. You can say I'm not Liberian man at your damn business. But we don't lie easily. If you see the one day in the street, they call them the poo-poo ray. They wanted less stealing business, they're jumping on the place. When you see them, you saw them yesterday, they will be there today. Any mulatto man you see lying, they used to steal, and our God just help them now, they still get out stealing in them. How Mo Ali will come on social media and start talking about the Constitution as if nobody knows? How Mo Ali will come on social media and act as if he knows about the document, like the brain in his head is the same brain in our head. You know, it's sad. That is the Secretary General of Unity Party. That is the Secretary General of Unity Party threatening election. He said, and NEC do not run political. That's truth. NEC do not run no political party. But my question to you, who regulates election? Who gave you the authority to contest in election? Under whose supervision will you participate in an election? The National Election Commission. You see how Mo Ali is smart? Mo Ali said, NEC cannot tell us what to do. You see how he's smart? I'm only ashamed because he's a mulatto man. I expect him to be smart. I think he's a smart guy. He's an engineer. But his attitude, based on corruptness and whatsoever, is so dumb. That is why he was recorded. That is why the guy put him on blast. That is why that lay girl put him on blast. Or lay girl who fit to be his daughter, the girl put him on blast. That is shameful, Ali. He watched my show. It's shameful. But just a little icing I put him on the cake. I dare him come back and say anything different and call my name. But that is shameful. You can't come and make yourself look small in front of the public. But you know, Mo Ali answer all his questions that sarcastic remark. He forcing with Ben Senvi. He forcing with this. Listen, my people, they ain't go nowhere. It's not an easy thing to. That's the law. Nobody put in a framework. The entire thing was to hold for the CPP to hold together. And it's like, my man, if you sign this contract, you're not going nowhere. Okay, bam, we all sign. That means it cannot break up. We all together. Then they talk about the front. You know who put that clause in? That Ure suggestion. Where is Ben Ure? Ben Ure sleeping or is in hiding? I've not heard about him. But anyway, I'm concerned about the man they call Alexander Cummings. Cummings is the man. Is the only man, the only politician, the only Liberian right now in our time who ready, prepared to lead, who ready to make the tough choices, who ready to fight stealing, not corruption, stealing. You saw the letter, nobody put finger. Now, thank God, they will say that Cummings again. Some people say that Boaka, some people say that Cummings. But the government messed up. The American ambassador, he lived in Liberia. They work with the Liberian people. They work with the Liberian government. They say, listen, we tired, yeah. We tired. Anytime from now, we'll put sanction on your officials. But the only thing I'm happy about, they will not put it on the country. Now, if Liberia will suffer because of the sanction, then it will be the president. Because if they put sanction, let's say, for example, on Twitter, if George will refuse to remove Twitter, the American government will not work with Twitter. Then Liberia will suffer. If they put sanction on Magale and they do not remove Magale, they will suffer. You see? So both ways. Who knows? If they put sanction on the president, that means it's a bad thing. You know, America trying to put sanction on Vladimir Putin, and other people say no. Because if they put sanction on your president, that is the worst thing. But they're not putting it on the country. That means we're still happier in other fee. We said it before, the Minister of Health. The woman is corrupt. Now, my friend Auntie, she's corrupt. That was the only minister that everybody complained about, but President Weah refused to listen. And he appointed that woman. I can still remember, listen, this is not about George Weah business. But Liberians rejected that lady. That, oh, no, don't make the woman, don't even seditious and whatsoever. They rejected the Minister of Health. And President Weah still appointed that woman. Our babies, children are dying. Her hospital, she built the second hospital. That's the only hospital making money in Liberia. All the medication, everything going there. That means the president is aware. The president is aware of the corruption in the country. It's not a hidden thing. Jefferson Koji today said, I know San Quantum or something. I don't know. I still try to check that war up. It could be war, but I put it in there. Maybe Google, maybe that's a new war, but Google don't know it too good. I'm not saying I don't know. Now, he went out. You know, what I love about Liberians, we got a lot of lawyers, we got a lot of professors, and less students. Everybody, we all profess to be smart. You know, I got a letter. The letter is all over. The speech that the guy gave is all over. But because it's so bad with Liberians, so we come on and read the same thing that the people read. But every Liberian understand a different way. So because you're having your show, you should take 10 minutes or take your time and read it. Because Liberians only read, but they don't understand. Some people say, oh no, man, it's not nothing. The people say it's sufficient. You know, when they say enough is enough, like like your mom won't whip you. And every day you cause intro, Oma say your cup full of today. That means you own your own. That what happened today. That because of lies, and stealing, lies and stealing, lies and stealing, put our government into the mess they're in today. The people watching you. In our history, for the first time, for the donut, foreign country will write and say, stop taking the money we give you, we give your country for XYZ. Why, my people? And you're still not believing it. You know, we never believe anything anyway. When the war started, we said about joke. We said that it was joke when the war started. Oh, that war will come for only 2 days. Y'all know how American people can do that thing. Eh? When American people got ready for Chancellor for him to leave, it just took George Bush 1 day. Mr. Taylor must leave. And that was it. Just recently, the congressional leader, the man who headed the delegation, mix, Honor McGill and President Weir, they gave him a congressional medal. But what they don't know, that thing, a lot of people not receive it. A lot of people. Eugene Fagon had a long show. Oh, yeah, Eugene Fagon, damn good, he broke it down. Today again, he had another show. He today Eugene Fagon spoke on behalf of or Joseph Jenkins Robert. He said the man was supposed to say that an American citizen who came to America, but the man said a Liberian citizen. You know, nobody look, all these things don't put nothing on Liberian table. Some people work for government. Some people still trying to make their name. Some people still trying to soften the water so tomorrow they might call them in. They will call them back, or they still have hope. So people breaking certain things down. When they say they say no. They didn't say they say we. When they say no, the other men say because they say the government, it could be the legislatures too. So the legislature could be part of it. The people say individual sanction. So yes, you could be a legislator because they got one on Vanish Shema. If you cause the problem, they're not putting it on the country. It will not be on the country. Liberia is so dirty, but we vest. We say the people get all money to it. Almost like you small. You know, I can remember when we were coming up in Lokintown, my little brother, the Oma gave him 25 cents anytime he take bath. Because that boy want table. So one time when the woman said he would get him 25 cents on the table, the first day he made $1. The first day he made, so the woman said, wait. That boy, so you know what, so just making fun out of it. He made $1 from the woman. He took about 4 times that day. Then he want to increase it the next time. The woman whipping this man, he better go take bath. So he only made $1 in the whole thing. So you see, you say the people ain't give you money so you can, man, people, how long it take to clean the city? That is why our people are getting sick. That is why they're getting sick. They typhoid, they die all over the place. Clean the city. We had MDMC those days. It was controlled by Ubote. Clean the city. Then you put trash cans all over the place. All this stealing money. They could come to America or go to China, or they got the plastic factory. They got the people in Liberia. The people produce the reservoir, the plastic. They could fix trash can, or they could build trash can, put it in the street. In America, what they do, they put it, they something, they put the trash can, they lock it up. Everybody put trash in there and put billboards all over the place, coming to America, coming to Robertsfield, from Robertsfield, going to Banga, entering every state. Awareness. Some people believe that the country need to be dirty. Some people just believe that it's a government job. But do not, for your safety or your own health, and break it down. What diet do? Which type of sicknesses that diet can give? When you finish with these things, you deploy the city police. Deploy city police. City police not there to go rest no car or start running behind the people in the market. We need to even abolish that thing. The people need to sell on Sunday. Fine, let them sell on Sunday. I think they still sell it anyway. They sell it on Sunday. Eh? Then now you can implement the laws that if you see somebody dropping dead, you tell them, for you start with warning, pick it up. You're serious about it. People will get used to it. You start going in their yard now to clean the yard. You start telling citizens to encourage each other. When your friend dropped the dead, you tell them to pick it up. Just make sure you drop it. You be able to dispose it. So tell me, what different they were doing those days that we couldn't see the day? What they did? We should beg international. Look, before the international community help us, we agree. But why we can't help ourselves? Then you're getting vexed with America. Because we beg for everything, so America will melt into your business. When you beg for too much, America will melt into your business. The people went into your lighting system. They say, you stealing the light, you stealing from yourself. They say, you stealing from yourself. Eh? America, for the first time, those days, American ambassador now used to get into Liberian business because we're trying. But now the people tired with the light. They now spend over $275 million that the taxpayer money. The people went to Liberia, they installed the voting system in the legislators, in the legislature. They refuse, the legislators refuse to use it because they don't want to be they don't want to be on record. And they just gave them another one again. None of the people installed it in 2014. Eh? It's so shameful. White men must call us out. The man get a final verdict. Liar man, I didn't do it. Liar man, I didn't do it. You know, they are already into the oil bottle. Let me tell you the story of the oil bottle. You see cockroach in Africa? Cockroach goes into the oil bottle, in a beer bottle with oil, red oil, thinking that they're licking all the oil. They will go in that bottle, they will lick. They will lick that red oil. They can't come back out. You now see because we live in Liberia now. I'm not talking about in America here. You have see cockroach go into bottle and come back out. No. When you get there, you will see all the cockroaches in that bottle. When they tell you say cockroach, they smart, but they quick to gather and eat all the best thing. Now they in there now, government waiting for them. The session could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be day after tomorrow, it could be next year. I don't know the time. I don't know the time. But there's nothing we can do. We're just a pooper. We're just an ordinary citizen. Do not cry for the government. It is your response that because of you, although they want to put sanction, but the people are still telling us that we as a citizens should be the one to stand up to our government to make it right. They can only do so much. They will not vote for you. They will not campaign for you. They will not tell you who to vote for. But it is you. They will not get involved to change no results. They will not change no results. And if you think you're suffering, and because Liberia, the only place we see killers. But when the time they get ready for the killer, we feel sorry for them. By the time Liberians are comfortable, they're okay. By the time they're comfortable, they're fine. They don't want no problem. Please like this video, man. I see 53 people watching me. At the same time, I see only 5% liking the video. So all of you just wasting your time here too. You're wasting your time. I'm wasting my time. Only 5% actually like the whole thing here. And that's it. No problem. I love you guys. Guys, stand against rape and abuse. Let us speak against rape. Let us speak against abuse of our girls and boys. They're raping our children. They're killing them. Nobody speaking for them. Nobody say they are innocent people. Listen, rape is rape. You force your wife is a rape. But the fact is that if a husband force his wife, they say it's a rape in America. But in Liberia, that one of your business. I don't want to talk inside. Because they say, you know what I mean? But we're talking about people that can't fight back. We're talking about people that you're forcing to do things to. People who never ever did anything. Don't even have a boyfriend. And we push them. Babies. Any human being that do not think they are babies, they could think because they don't think. You see, look at that thing over there. You don't call a human being or older person who think now, who can make a decision think. But I know if I say this again, it's a long argument. Or baby, minor or toddler, you call them thing. You know why? Yes, look at that thing over there. You say, why you call it human being thing? The fact is that they don't know left and right. They can look at fire and put a hand there until it burn them. They can look at wrong thing and go there. Or little child, look at the 3 years old girl. That girl will come to you and hug you, thinking that you so a nice man. But if I was in a government, trust me, I would not tell you say they should kill the person, but for them to really build you up, or if they find you guilty, it's a hard labor. It's a real hard labor. The thing that you use will not call it awful, but the way we treat you and your thing, that when you leave from there, after your 10, 15, 20, 30 years, you will be in there, you will be preaching outside and say, my people, when you out there, never try to rape again in your life. Never. Why are you raping babies? So this is my new thing. This will remain here. Let us stand against rape. You sometimes, when nothing to say, put it on your post and say, stop the raping. Just put it on your page. It's sad. Somebody else's wife, mother, daughter, somebody grandmother. You try to destroy their life before they even get to turn to be a woman. Somebody's son. Yeah. Okay. That is why we want law and order. Law and order. Yeah, law and order. Everybody should be protected under the law. And so far, I see this government no. The only person I trust right now who still singing the song from 2017 to now that I will prosecute, I will go after people who stealing. I will appoint a corruption czar. We will prosecute you. You will go to jail. You will not just resign. There will be law and order, infrastructure. The first thing government should do is to get a light electricity, good drinking water, cell phone, internet connectivity. If you get electricity, your hospital will be fine. Your schools will be good. The students will be able to study. If you get good internet, this hospital will be good. Development will be found, job creation and whatsoever. So these are important things. So Liberians, you voted against Peter Paul, you voted for Weah. You voted for Joe Barker, you voted against George Weah. You supported Mr. Cummings, you voted against George Weah. I supported Mr. Cummings. I owe no one an apology. And you yourself, you owe no one an apology. But now you see, we are still the opposition. I ain't win. So you can't say, why can't you leave Mr. Cummings? No. I still believe in the agenda. So you see, those that stood with Cummings, they are still committed. They saw the glory on the other side and they decided to stand with Cummings. They got other people who stood up with George Weah, who believed that President Weah was the best man. But yes, he won. But still, in 4 years, their life is still to the same place. In fact, they have gone backward. Nothing have changed in their life. Even within the CDC government, only some got a job. Look, the only problem, no government should remove a civil servant. No government that will come to power should fire a civil servant. It is wrong today. It is wrong tomorrow. And I bet you Alexander Cummings will not do it. Even if you cutting the government down, you can cut the government down. Government can, look, government will got so many people in government. 15, I don't know how many 15,000 they added up out of the 40 that Eddie had there. They just brought people in government that the only place they can create job. Government don't create jobs. Government sort of be the smallest entity so far. But in Liberia, we are the biggest. Everybody want to work in government. They are civil servant. Now, Mr. Cummings will not go after civil servant. If you know you're not qualified, you went there because of this, maybe the minister will put you somewhere, they will lay people off. It happens if you want to straighten it up. You rather lay people off or some you got to just play that, you got to be brave enough to do it. But if you are appointee, if you are inspector general and the president appoints you, which they're not supposed to be, know that they can let you go because you were enjoying the privilege of the president, assisting minister or whatsoever. In a disciplined government, assisting ministers are people they don't just fire, they don't just release them easily. Some assisting ministers can work with this administration. They are just technocrats, they are the technicians. Some of them were directors, and the minister recommended them, and they made them assisting ministers. So these people are the brain behind the ministries or whatsoever. But if you were assistant minister, know that you can be removed when the next president comes in. And there is nothing wrong. President Weah could have given all sedition jobs. But today's President Weah, indirectly, instead of giving NPP jobs, he gave most of the good positions to people who helping and left NPP out. Today, you still got the same internal affairs minister from Ellen Johnson town, stay there. You got Eugene Nangwe still going on. All these guys are still enjoying after serving in the other government. Mary Brough and all these people, they still enjoy the confidence of Madame Salif. That could be a sedition job. I don't got a problem with it. That is why they voted for George Weah. It's not that they should give it to them, whether they qualify or not, but that's why they give it to them. You see? So people, don't get mad when these kind of things happen. So don't be over your head that, oh, this thing I'm doing, I will get this. If they ask you to serve, you serve. If you're not prepared to serve, you don't serve. Don't look at the money and take something that you know you're not performing there. That is true. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? So CDC, you still got hope. When I say CDC, I'm talking about CDC winning because CDC not going to win. But I'm talking to seditions that, trust me, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you will have a chance in the next government. Mr. Cummings will not discriminate between CDC, NPP, NPP, UP, UP, ALP, or whatsoever. Mr. Cummings' agenda is not for the corrupt politician, my people. The corrupt politician, they're not plenty. Don't be afraid. That just handful of people. That just handful of people controlling you. Mr. Cummings, look for people who are qualified and people who are willing and prepared to produce. Because you see, listen, two things. You qualify and you must produce. They got people who are qualified. When you give them the job, they won't produce, they will remove you. So under the Cummings administration and Mr. Cummings said, so if Mr. Cummings appointing John Brown, that John Brown get PhD, John Brown got and this other thing here, it mean that John Brown will perform. If John Brown is not performing, Cummings know that it sits on the head of the leader. And under the Cummings administration, people think that maybe the next administration you might get PhD. Don't get me wrong, oh, you can get your PhD. You can get your PhD, but you can help, they can put you somewhere else. So if you say you get a PhD and you think because you get a PhD in finance and they must make you finance minister, my brother, you're getting it wrong too. Because the PhD mean that. So if you get a PhD, we should know what you did with that PhD to get PhD. Everybody, they got the BSc. The next day they go for master. The next time they go for PhD. But they want for the men to pay them PhD money when they even get experience in none of the fee. And you know that? They got Liberians who got the first degree, they didn't work here. They went and got a second degree. In another 2 years, they got a second degree. They didn't work yet. Then they get a third one now. They got PhD straight. Then they go to Liberia because they can't work here. They go to Liberia now. They may get PhD in public administration, PhD in Yabawulo mess. Then the next thing now, you vest because the man who the minister check out masters, and then you vest. Why the minute why I should work on the man here? Because I got PhD. You got no experience. Experience counts a lot. A lot. When I was going to school in Sierra Leone, there's a guy who came from London. Maybe if any Sierra Leonean listening to me, they call him Dr. Bundy. Dr. Bundy was so qualified when he came home, he wanted to run for president. President Sheikh Stephen told him, he said, listen, my brother, don't waste your time. What I will tell you here, the government will sponsor you. Just go and write book. Write book for our schools. The government will pay you. Because it also bad you can't run for president. You're not winning because not because you get PhD. I'm gonna say Papa Shaki, I get PhD. Now, if you don't win, now you feel discouraged to leave. So what I want you to do, just so he wrote some books for the schools. Yeah. We got all our people in there. Educated people. Everybody fighting the Red Bull. They didn't tell nothing yet. So, my people, Alex Cummings is the real deal. Is the real deal. Liberty Party and ANC are in charge of CPP. Don't let nobody fool you. They playing their game. That CDC playing the game. Oh, the CPP failed. The CPP gone. Hey, CPP was the vehicle to take you there. CPP were not running the government. CPP not collecting taxes. CPP were not making appointment. The government blundering, making their own mistakes. Why you won't put a frustration on CPP? Oh, the people in the CPP not serious. Mr. Cummings stayed there. He ain't go nowhere. But poorly Mr. Cummings, because Mr. Cummings don't want to even get in the day. He don't want to make you feel like you somebody, because he said, I'm not going to dignify you when you lying. Mr. Cummings don't need to dignify people who lies. Or because Mr. Cummings don't come on social media and just run his mouth. So by the time they say, oh, guess what? Mr. Cummings and Bwaka met yesterday. I got my source. Then Mr. Cummings should come on Facebook and say, you lying. Bwaka and myself, then I see ANC people, you're worried. Oh, hey, they kind of hear one ANC person say, that thing not true. What make it true? You believe it? And what surprised me for even for us to think, let me show you now. We all know Serena Cephas eyeing the Chief Justice position. You know that. Serena Cephas said he make a motion that he want to see copy of Mr. Cummings' passport. They want copy of Mr. Cummings' passport, the one that he traveled with. Liberian people. Liberian people. Why would you even want to sit down and go into this argument? I saw a UP guy say, yes, Mr. Cummings need to show his passport because he's an American citizen. Who's supposed to know if Mr. Cummings get American passport or Liberian passport? How Mr. Cummings entered the country in 2016, 2017, all the time Mr. Cummings been going in and out. The first security that he enters, that he meets, is immigration. And when you enter Liberia, you give your passport, bam. If Serena Cephas want to see Mr. Cummings' passport, why would Serena Cephas be yelling all over the radio when they don't want to get a government? Even President Weah can do that. Immigration commissioner, listen, you can show me, you can give me copy of Cummings' passport. They will do it because the passport come to them every day. But this is the partner. They can't get visa to come to America. Mr. Cummings got a Liberian passport. I'm assuming that Mr. Cummings went to the embassy. They gave him a 5 years visa because of integrity. They say, Cummings, we can't be. Ellen Johnson don't go to the embassy all the time when she wants visa. You see, they can't come to America. So they vex. The American government will just look at you and say, listen, man, my man, with the property you get in America here, with all this thing you don't get no criminal record on you. We're not looking for you. You never stole 1 cent from government. You work in America. You live there. You this and that. Take your visa, bam, 5 years. You might say again 10 years, who knows? That you don't need to be coming here. That's too much waste of time. So all that thing pays you. They say, but we see Mr. Cummings going to the embassy. You want to see how Mr. Cummings can purchase his ticket too? Because Mr. Cummings can travel tomorrow and buy the ticket today. Mr. Cummings can be traveling tomorrow and call. Hello. Listen, Munel, General, yeah. I say, yes, sir, Chief. Munel, I want you to book a ticket for me for tomorrow. Yeah, 5 o'clock. Okay, bye. I say, okay, Mr. Cummings, I'll do that for you. I take my credit card. Hello? Yeah, my credit card number. Okay. 1 2 3 4 5 6 0 0 4 5. Yeah. Okay, just charge my credit card. Yes. The name, Alexander. Yes. First class. Okay, bye. That's what we do. Y'all can me cry again. You know what we do that for? Mr. Cummings, the first politician who running, people who not in political party, they say are supporting Mr. Cummings for president. That how smart and how sweet it is. People see the man, they see genuine, they see realness in the man. That is why people confuse. They have never seen it before. These guys, they hang out in the night. All the politicians, they meet each other. Mr. Cummings don't dine with them. Even Mr. Cummings said to them, I water your drink. When you and Mr. Cummings talking real business, you be real business. And you know what I'm saying? Mr. Cummings worry about Liberia more than the president. When they say you desperate, tell them you desperate. You desperate, but you're not afraid. You know when fear and desperation together, then it's a problem. But we're not afraid. The men are down, fear no fall. You say you got the numbers. Thank you. All respect. You say you got the country. Thank you very much. For you to win in politics, you must campaign. Why? You can see, and Bwaka don't need to campaign. That Mr. Cummings is the one that going all over the place to campaign. You listen to Liberian people say nothing. Even the smartest one, yeah, to show that nobody know him. That's why Mr. Cummings going all over the country just to campaign and this and that. He don't want nobody know. Sit that indoor. Sit indoor and say Liberian will vote for you. This coming election. And they say we know nobody. Nobody know us. You know, when you talk too much of your strategy and you talk too much of things, then you just put yourself into trouble. Because when our children in Liberia going from door to door, we supposed to announce it. Yo, hello, and we going to so place. We only announce it when you see Mr. Cummings walking. Mr. Cummings' attitude, that's his attitude. He's not the one who is flamboyant, who want to show off with 30. Look, Mr. Cummings can ply the street of Liberia with 20 cars in row. Will that give him the election? Will that still make him president if Mr. Cummings decide to go down the street on the boulevard and carry 20 cars convoy? No. It makes no sense. But for the Liberian people, it makes sense. The optics. For the Liberian people, it makes sense. Now, what they want to see. That is how they fool them. That's why you will see Dr. Kiase in his truck, all white, inside the car, all white. Then he like this. When he get down, he put him like this. He looking around. He may, hey, you can't come too close. Then a poor little man, Mr. Cummings now, who's sweating, wiping his face. He's so small and trying to bomb with people. They say, look at the man. That the man, they say, well, that lie. That the man there. But all the things the men are doing in our country, no Liberian. I challenge anyone, no Liberian, even the cassette who just went over there trying to show off and use cash violence, he's still working. Mr. Cummings not working. Mr. Cummings money turning around. The man, Mr. Cummings not running competition with nobody. Somebody say, oh, Dr. Cassette say he going to renovate the University of Liberia. So what Mr. Cummings doing? You think that competition? You think it's a prerequisite to run for president to renovate? You do that based on your own conviction. If you want to give back, the way you want to give back is you. It is not nothing that you must do it. Samuel Doe overthrew. He killed 13 family. We made him president. Charles Taylor and Ellen Johnson and whosoever got rid of over 250,000 Liberians. At that time, our population was 3.5. We made Charles Taylor president. You came my man, you came my power, we'll vote for you. Ellen Johnson left and came back. Broke. She even had money for certain brothers. I'm looking at the 2005 now. Her declaration. At that time, Joe, we say he was what 250,000. What he put in there too. We made her president. President, we are playing football. George, we are playing football. If you check from Monaco, because don't forget about Tony, from Monaco up to AC Milan, you say yes, he make about $83 million after taxes and that business. He created one job. He only created a job for his entertainment. Oh, people say, what do you mean by that? Oh, yes. Old school nightclub was for just to entertain George Weah. The sports store, how you consider that as a sports store? The sports shop, it was a business, but how many people work there? It was just a friendship thing. That's how I consider a friendship, to keep them moving around, put a team together. So all the things that went down, everything that he did, it went down to the wreck. But we made him president because he played football for Lone Star. All the other people came to Liberia to run. Dr. Kier, Mandela Kopo, this and that, because nobody care, so nobody worry about them. They're not nothing. Nobody worry. Dr. Kier, professor from America, he went there 2 times and contested. Nobody worry about himself. Mr. Cummings went there first. Don't worry about that man. Mr. Cummings started telling Liberian people, conscientizing them. And you see, Mr. Cummings is the only politician who decided to get in politics at the right time after he retired. Now, get it straight. Maybe you'll forget. Maybe Liberian people forgetting. Mr. Cummings is not into election because they say, oh, the president can make money, or the vice president business can make money. Mr. Cummings got into politics after he finished with everything that he wanted to do with his family. Children big, his grandchildren are coming up, his wife and whosoever, the children can take care of themselves. He don't need to go to work. Now people work for him. The first politician, the first Liberian whoever to try it. Finished with everything. He retired from the private work and came to Liberia now and said, I'm prepared. I'm moving home. Go back and listen to Mr. Cummings' interview before Ellen came to power. The man's dream was to come back to Liberia after everything, was to come home. Do you think Mr. Cummings want to live in America, die in America, and bury him in America? Do you guys think that way? What if Mr. Cummings can build a big house in America or whatsoever? Do you think Mr. Cummings wanted to stay in America and just remain in America and die and don't want to live home? It tells you that he really want to live home. That is why he put that building up. It tells you that he really want to build. That's why he built other places for himself. That is why he's using the best car that he loves, Mercedes-Benz. The G unit, the G1, the one Chancellor got. Because Mr. Cummings loved cars. He said it, he loved cars. But he didn't believe in a long convoy. He don't believe in all these things. So I was joking one time, I said, Mr. Cummings, but then when you're president, you got to get all the things behind. He said, well, no choice. A man who moved home, you can tell his foundation, you can tell from his movement. So, Mr. Cummings, whether it was a politics or not, his plan was to move home. And if Liberia was good, if things was going fine, Mr. Cummings was never going to get into politics. If things were going fine in Liberia, where the Liberian people are benefiting from the resources, the education system, and whatsoever, Mr. Cummings was going to add his own a little bit foundation and help the other ones, while government still helping people. But because Mr. Cummings saw the need, when he looked at it, he said no. He said no. You can, if you want to get into politics, if you want to live into politics and remain there for your life, 10 years, 20 years, you can go run as a senator or representative. If you want to change your country, and you think you qualify and you can do it, you can run for president. But Mooney, what are you talking here so? Okay, this is what I'm talking here. We got three branches of government. The first branch of government is the legislators. They create laws, they vote. One man cannot make the difference in a house or in the Senate. One man cannot make the difference in the Senate. It's a collective thing. If they want to impeach the president, they got to come together and get majority. If they want to pass the budget, majority. Then when they finish with the laws, the judiciary to interpret that constitution, the chief justice alone cannot do it. The chief justice, along with the other associate justices, must agree or more. Just one vote over. So if the five, a three say yes, the other two say no, it gone through. Now come to the executive. The executive is controlled by only one man. The executive is controlled by one person, the president. That is why they said the ministers, the political appointees, they work to the will and pleasure of the president. The only minister that can disagree with the president and still keep their jobs, his or her job, is the minister of justice, because the minister of justice is the advisor to the president when it comes to the constitutional matters. He's the one who can tell the president, Mr. President, you're wrong. We all know fear. Sometimes if you get a bad president, it will remove you. Sometimes they would say, okay, fine, no problem. So you see, the vice president do not work to the will and pleasure of the president. That, D-Flow, you know that one there. When the president dropped, the vice president would take over. So it was a possibility that Ellen could die. Ellen could not make it, and Joe Biden was going to be the next president. But thank God it ain't even happened, because I don't know what's going to happen by this time. I'm not saying he's not qualified, but for what he had done now, I know that he was going to abandon Liberia. If Joe Biden president, by the time the people go in the street, the citizens go in the street to go demonstrate, he will lead the country. He will retire straight and say, listen, I don't want no trouble, please. If Joe Biden president and we have a riot in the street, Mr. Bwaka will resign as president of Liberia. I know. Because 4 parties, he resigned. 4 parties, he ran away. He failed the people. In 8 months, he only led for 4 months. Not even 4 months, because the 4 months he was not doing it. He had only one meeting, Mr. Commission showed up to his vest. And but since that the people just say, oh yes, who will not know the vice president of Liberia? When you at some point you know the vice president, some people know the name, but they have not seen him before. And let me tell you something, my people. ANC, when it comes to the youth, ANC is not the biggest party, but it's the fastest growing political party. ANC, the only party that going around recruiting, talking to young children, going from universities, they talk to each other. Mr. Cummings still will not go to everybody. What I would like, he can shake everybody's hands. But these children, they see the future, they see themselves. They can see the motivation. And if you think you're going on air, if anybody decide to say Mr. Cummings is a criminal, Mr. Cummings is this, you can say it, my brother. It's fine, my sister. It's fine to you. Anything you want to say. Anything you want to say about Cummings, you can say it. You want to say anything, as far as we're concerned, we got Liberty Party, we still got ANC. This coming election might not be, we might not have the 20 candidates or 22. But this coming election, it's possible that we have the first round victory. Anybody can win the first round if the candidates are not many. So we don't have no plan B. No. No plan B. We are going all out for that vote. We are going into the dungeon. We'll talk to Mama Mapu. We'll talk to Miss Susanna. We will speak to May Mary. We will speak to Game. We will speak to Lopu. We will speak to Tewa. All these people we will talk to. Yeah. We'll meet everybody. We'll knock doors. We will show you the real Jehovah Witness. For me, it's not strange to me because I did it 2018. We will go to place, we'll go from place to place. We will spread ourselves out like octopus. Operation Election Octopus. Yeah. We do it because of love for country. Not for love for commerce, love for country. We believe that if Liberia is good, all Liberians will benefit. And let me say this. Sometimes people talk about corruption. Let me tell you about one of the corrupt attitude again. I listen to Liberian people talking about Edwin Snow and his ECOWAS position. Liberians, those of you that go listening, that position, they divided because Liberia got representatives and Senate. So the representatives got 3. Liberia total representation is 5 at the ECOWAS Parliament. 5. So 3 came from the representative, 2 from the Senate. Edwin Snow ran from the representative. He became senator. President Weah wrote a letter, how they did it or whatsoever. Now they got 3 senators and 2 representatives. My people, you ask yourself the question: Do you know why they picked 3 representatives and 2 senators? The reason is in the House we got 73 representatives. The senators are 30 senators. So they couldn't give the Senate 1 and give the representative 4. So what they did, they gave the Senate 2 and they gave the representatives 3. So Edwin Snow supposed to know, if you're running from the representative to the Senate position, whatever belongs to the representative should be over. Should be over. Whatever that you had there, it should remain there. If they want you to stay, they could recall one of the senators, the government of Liberia or the House or whatsoever. This ECOWAS ain't got nothing to do with you. But he used his influence and his relationship with President Weah. So President Weah wrote the letter and told Buffer Chima to sign. Now the representatives are pissed off and said, no, that is our seat. They vest. Oh, Edwin Snowben. You shouldn't tell me Edwin Snowben doing good job at the ECOWAS. They got all the people in there doing good job. Liberians would love to praise people when they're doing wrong. And then Edwin Snow said, no jack truck can take me from there. He condemned the entire government of George Manuel Weah. So even the people voted in plenary to tell him to turn over the seat, he said, you're wasting your time. ECOWAS got nothing to do with it. It just to make it right. ECOWAS do not even look at and what the thing is, President Pro Tem. They look at the speaker. You see? So that is, I don't understand why we should even make it look as if that, oh, Edwin's not doing good job. So no, they gave the representatives 3 because there are 73 representatives and 30 senators. Yeah. Nigeria got more, I think Nigeria got 35 because Nigeria is the largest in our era. They got more, they bigger than any other country. So Nigeria got 35 representatives. And then people back these things. Oh, but Edwin's no right. It's the same thing. It ain't matter. They never told us to send senator. Yes, they didn't tell you to send senator or whatsoever. They got nothing to do with your country. All they want are representation. But what they did, they said no. We'll take 3 from here and 2 from because they people 73. So at least they will be the highest. Now today you got 3 senators and 2 so Akara Gray not wrong. He's not wrong. Who wrong is George Weah. He signed our document. Friendship business. The people sell our country for no reason. Edwin Stone a millionaire. The only job he ever did when Chancellor came to Monrovia from driving for a Siri Island. Yeah, God help him. I'm not jealous over him. God help him. But we know for them to be millionaires today, that government money, that's taxpayer money, the deals, the other stuff they've been going through. Yeah.
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else?
I'm not talking to you, Siri. Okay. So, guys, Alex Cummings is the mayor. George Weah, government now blunder. I'm not going to emphasize on the sanction and whatsoever. I just don't want for Liberia to suffer. Other people have the time to go through it. I read it, I understand it myself. If anybody try to lie about it at a business, that statement that man gave is an official statement on behalf of the American government. You know, sometimes ambassador will make some statement like, guys, you gotta be careful. I'm noticing certain things, and but the man gave an official statement that it is over. The decision has been made. It's just a matter of time. Liar man, I didn't do it. Liar man, so Jah bless you. I didn't do it. Oh. Now you know pom to you. So you're going from station to station explaining. You see, whole day you're on Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings this, Mr. Cummings that, Mr. Cummings dates. Why, President Weah? Lead a team here. Eh? Ellie Johnson never did it to you. Why are you suppressing a man who you are afraid of Cummings? You don't want to debate Cummings? You don't want to face him? That because Liberians will decide? Liberians voted for change. They will vote for change again. I know Liberians not going to go backward. They will vote for change. They did it before. They will do it again until we can get what is necessary that will benefit Liberia. That's all, President Weah. There's nobody hate you. Nobody say anything different here. But guys, let us send the message out there. Hopefully, we'll be in Liberia. Hopefully, we will give the news. We'll try our best to reach our people. Don't let them discourage you. They say, man, we can't hear you in Liberia. That's not true. We're not on radio station, but they can't say they can't hear us because if they say they can't hear us, that means people will not be saying it. The other day, Cool FM had some joke tip. Papa finger, where are you? Yeah, I am, yeah, I am. How do you do? When I look, I saw my picture there, I said, oh, I said, the boy them brave. Oh. But listen, now the business. Now the business. The race is not to the swift, but the one who endures to the end. So go up, you come down. The men are down, fear no fall. If you live in a glass house, never throw a stone. Like what all like let me use the statement that Raw always use on Spoon TV. No matter how long a lizard stays in the water, it will never turn to be a crocodile. And my favorite quote by Albert Payne. what? What you do for yourself, it will die with you. But what you do for others and the world, it will remain an immortal. So, if you think you want it for yourself, it's all about you and you selfish, when you die, that's it. But what you do for others and the world as a whole, it will remain as immortal. You die, it will live on. It will live on. Always work as if tomorrow or today is the last day. Yeah, always. So when you get up in the morning, you look at yourself, you ask yourself what I'm doing wrong or what would I do good. Don't allow your happiness to destroy another man's life. Never. Never allow your happiness to make me sad. And my sadness shouldn't make you happy. Have an open mind. Look at others. Leave people' personal life alone easily. If you're a politician, they will go into your personal life. But do not waste your time on people who are not contesting. Do not waste your time on people who are not contesting. The time you take to go after a man who is not on the ballot, you be doing justice to your candidate. And the time you take to attack me for promoting my candidate, trust me, you are promoting my candidate because you are out of the light. Instead of promoting your candidate, you attacking me. So I will take the bullet from my candidate and I will still be giving a message for my candidate. So you see, so you say, look at him with his gray beard, that old man on that place, he ain't got nothing to do. Look at that old, all kinds of things. But at the same time, I'm praising my man, and then you attacking me, and nobody talking for your candidate. So the time you take to tell me my red face, my wet beard, my old self, you're supposed to say something good about your candidate. Because I am saying something good about my candidate. Infrastructure, job creation, education, healthcare, government of inclusion. You see? So let Cummings talk to you. Listen to this one. This is so perfect. His ideas. They say when the leader don't have vision, the nation perish. And when the leader has vision, he must look for the best. You alone cannot carry on your vision. This is what Mr. Cummings is saying. After 174 years old, Liberia stayed the same. We stay doing the same thing, using the same people. We align them to use us because of chicken change, cup of rice. Your destiny is in your hands. Do not curse. Vote. Turn your anger into vote come 2023. It is your right to support whosoever. There are a lot of good candidates out there. But I am telling you, the best candidate is Alexander Cummings. There are a lot of good Liberians out there. But I am telling you, the only man who is prepared, and willing to work for Liberia is Alexander Cummings. All the other politicians, they're looking for job and chance. Mr. Bwaka retired. Mr. Bwaka will not look for a job, but Mr. Bwaka is looking for chance. If Mr. Gonglo don't win, Mr. Gonglo will go and work. If Dana Cassette don't win, he will come back to America and continue his office, his job. If all the other progressive who are going there now saying that they will do this, they're just waiting to come back. If Mr. Cummings don't win, he would live in Liberia and still work for himself and serve few hundred or few thousands of people. You see the difference? So we got a candidate who is prepared already, who don't have to worry about to go to work, who all his life he said, I couldn't wait to go home to retire after going to school and getting good jobs and to live in a nice place. And I am saying here today, if Mr. Cummings was to go to Liberia and Liberians are enjoying and doing things the right way, law and order is in place, this and that, and whatsoever. Yes, if you want to get in politics, fine, maybe you're going to be like this. But he was not going to think that way. You know why I'm saying that for? Because Mr. Cummings, the only politician in Liberia who said, if Mr. Weir do good to make the election harder, it will be good. Mr. Cummings, the only man who said, they said, but Mr. Cummings, why are you exposing your plane? He said, no, I authorized President Weir now. Go onto my site and use my plane. That's not President Weir's plan, so he will not implement the plan because he don't know how the plan was put together. He said, even if President Weir do good and the Liberian people see the benefit and the Liberian people will benefit, President Weir can win the election, no problem. Minus win or lose, Mr. Cummings will still be a permanent Liberian citizen. He will still have access to the president office. He will still have what he wants. You understand? So let me allow Mr. Cummings to talk to you. Most people don't know the plans of Mr. Cummings. Or what his plan in education. What is his plan in infrastructure? So listen to it yourself. Share it. Listen to this patriotic, honest Liberian. So far in our history, the incoming president, the president in waiting, the man that we will vote for come 2023, the man that will lead the people of Liberia, that will change their lives, that we all together, we will go back again and say from mat to mattress, that we all will stand up and say we will do it with our hands, we will work together and build a better education, we will go back to the drawing board. Our children will be able to go to school free in government schools. We will instill law and order. There will be no telling, no other person but Alexander Cummings. Ladies and gentlemen, I gave you Mr. Cummings.
Kokolioko, 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 chicken they crow for day.
Oldest republic in Africa. And yet, we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success. of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. The next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not fear ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we are focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our 5th priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after this thing called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country. Is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, We will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. Okay. So those are the things we will do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government. Because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the hows. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. We need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates expiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Chicken they crow for day.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. I'm getting ready to leave, and that is the 5 whats and how of Mr. Cummings. He made it clear. You heard the last one when he talked about government of inclusion. Every Liberian has the right to work. He will go across the aisle, whether you're sedition or not, but you must be a qualified Liberian to produce. You should be prepared to work. So it will not be a fun thing the first 90 days of or 100 days in office for Mr. Cummings, because Mr. Cummings made it clear if I'm the president, there will be no inaugural ball. Once the installment, 1 minute after 12 o'clock, Mr. Cummings will sign his first paper to move Liberia forward. Mr. Cummings is prepared. He plans ahead of time. So I said it before again, and y'all saw some of the comments. President Weah let me down. I took President Weah picture, but some people, they're quick to forget. I never supported President Weah. I supported President Weah 2005. I never campaigned. There was no campaign. I never went to Liberia. 2011. But my first time to ever get on Facebook to campaign, I campaigned against President Weah. So if you think that President Weah owe me something, then you're lying. And instead of you promoting your candidate You got the opportunity to do it. Some people worry about their life. That's why I don't like about Liberians. They cry more than the bereaved family. Some people worry about what I'm not buying, views and whatsoever. It's not about how many people watch me, it's about how many people see it after. You see the time? I got 37% and up tonight. But other people watch it. You will put it on your page, just share it to your page. They will see it from your page. They will see it later on. And guess what? I got 5,000 friends. I share it to every mailbox, every inbox. They will see it. Some people watch it and tell me. So it mean that they gotta watch me live. So they don't need, because look at the time I'm coming up. In fact, some of you guys don't even know that I sometimes do it and record and play it. I did it, I did it I did it last month, and I was sleeping and it was playing. It was actually, but this one is live. You would tell if people who smart would tell, you would know that I'm rerunning it. So it's about, and I will be bringing maybe in next month. There are some Liberian nurses who trying to go to Liberia. They went there before in 2019. They want to volunteer to help our Liberian brothers and sisters at the JFK. So I will be having a show with them. But we after they finish with everything, there's a group in America, all Liberians, and they take the time out. They go to Liberia. They perform surgery, and they got Americans with them too. So please, I will let you know. I will put the flyers up, and after we finish, we might take them to Spoon or whosoever, and we need your support because it is free of charge. They're going to Liberia to help. They did it in 2019, and they're going to do it again. So they got to raise money. They got other Americans helping them to get some funds. So it's not that it depending on your little cash, but just for us to be generous enough. If you on the show on that day, because I will give enough advertisement and time, I will talk to Spoon. They might carry the ad, and then we'll have it on a better day. Maybe it'll be on a Sunday. And whoever want to contribute, it can be your 10 cents, your 5 cents. It will be good for them. You know what I'm saying? And so, guys, thank you very much for watching. I love you. For those of you who supporting Boaka, try to do better. Do better. You know what I'm saying? Do better. Don't worry about 2017. 2017 gone already. If you want to win in Liberia, you must campaign. Yeah, if you want to win, you must campaign. So if you're supporting Boaka, say something good. Don't worry about me. I enjoyed it because if you say something about me, that means I take you off. Yes, Embry. Thank you very much for watching, Embry. Let us spread the news out. And Tonian, how are you, man? Yep, yep. They got nothing to offer. That's the problem. Because you see, when you got nothing to say, then you attack me. But if you got something to say, you see you free. You see, you can understand. You see, people say one guy is money. You're not supposed to put their comments. No, I will put their comments up. Let people see it because nobody saying something good about Mr. Boaka. And nobody is saying that, Mr. Boaka plans is this. We got a plan. Mr. Boaka got ARTS, but we still can't understand why it means because an agriculture, road, and tourism and sanitation, no health care, no education. Where's the infrastructure? So electricity, no, we don't care about electricity. How can you be running for president and you don't care about electricity? How will you be running for president and you don't even care about drinking water? Our former vice president of the Republic of Liberia for 12 years gave us his blueprint, his plans for Liberia, ARTS, agriculture, road, tourism, sanitation. My people, my people, this is a joke. It's a joke. please, I beg your leader spoon business. Hey man, when I say why spoon, I say I'm advertising my. Listen, guys, I beg you, please. I will use other media to advertise it. That Liberian business now, that Liberian people going to Liberia to help. I beg you, Morella Mo. I beg you, man. I hold your foot. Don't get mad. We want promote it anyway. That Liberians who are going there to help, but they will be on my show. They will start from here, and I want them to get on other platforms. You know, see, for me, I don't worry about who get the glory. Nobody can take my glory from me. And I want to say this to most of our people who watching. If I want for my show to get viewers upon viewers upon viewers, I don't need to buy views. Let me tell you today, I don't need to buy it. What I need to do, I can tell you now, I can spend money to advertise my show. And that you don't know that Facebook do that. You spend money, they can advertise your show, and people will come on. It ain't mean they gonna buy views. No. They got two ways. You pay Facebook, they will take your thing and put it into other different groups to advertise it, and you see people coming. If people, you advertise the business, they will show, and then you will see different people coming up. You can do it. And then again, if you're consistent, I don't come on every day, my people. I don't come on every day. If I say I'm going to come on every day, 7 o'clock in the evening, and what people don't understand is that a lot of people on Facebook, I don't want to duplicate stuff. They got other people who come on this time, this, and so by this time, there are not too many people on. You understand? So, and I want to get used to it because if I read it, if God help me, that I can get on radio station in Liberia, it will be this time. Yeah. It will be this time for people to get the message in the morning. You understand? So, oh yeah, Tony, no health care. You see, that's why I can't believe. Let me just end this. I know you're coming get vexed, some of your people then who talking about JB and blah blah. You're not saying nothing. ARTS, agriculture, road, tourism, and sanitation. That's true. The country dirty. We need to sanitize the entire country. That's true. Tourism. Which type of tourism? Which type? We don't know. Ecotourism. Which one? Roads. Agriculture. Which type of agriculture? Is just to buy oak and fertilizer for the people? Our vice president don't even talk about education. Our broken education system when they go back to the drawing board. You don't know that women then die in childbirth in Liberia and other countries they don't happy. And the vice president don't talk about it, about education, infrastructure, electricity. The vice president never talk about what I would need electricity, what I would need good drinking water. What are the plans? These are the things we're talking about. But we never see it before. We never hear no kidding. So Mr. Cummings is like the surprise. But let me tell you something. Mr. Cummings opening the eyes of a lot of young Liberians now who will want to get into politics. There's a boy who met me. In fact, he called me when he saw. He said, "Man," he said, "Big brother, I watched that thing for Mr. Cummings. Nothing touched me. But when I saw in there where Mr. Cummings said that the way I will bring Liberian together through music, arts, religion, tradition, that's the one I carry him. And that's how you bring people together. If you want to unite the country, you go through the churches, the traditional people, through music. That means we can come together. The musicians, they will send that message out. The union will be strong. We'll have a theater, we'll do things. The boss said that the only thing that carried him, that's the only thing that he felt so passionate of Mr. Cummings. He's not a Cummings supporter. He was never a Cummings supporter. He was never a George Weah supporter, although he's voted for George Weah, but he's not a sedition because he's a smart kid. He's a smart kid. He still, because he believed that Joshua was a young man and everybody loved him. So, but after Joshua messed up, he just decided. He said, but nothing. Then he started to learn. He said he was leaning to Bromskin. Later on, then Bromskin died. And, but but he never leaned to Boaka, and he never taught on Boaka because he didn't want to hear nothing but UP. But that was the one that carried this guy. Eh? But most Labrador don't believe that the first priority for government, any government, especially in a third world country, is electricity, good drinking water, cell phone, internet connectivity in this age. In America, they will tell you, say, America fighting for energy sufficiency or whatsoever. They're trying to see how best they can slow down the drill, the gas, to renewable energy, to wind turbine and whatsoever. Don't you know that we can have a wind turbine in Liberia if we want to? We got money to do it, but few people eating it. Then we got a vice president who remove electricity, and we know that's the problem in Liberia today. And talking about on a road, my people, listen, man. Comes the only man with a clear agenda that will lead the youth into the 21st century. It's clear, simple. So the old people, don't get me wrong, the old people actually lean to Boaka. The old people are plenty. I can always give example. The older people, some of them might not vote. My mom voted 2015 and I'm telling you, 2005 and 205 and 11. But 2017, she didn't vote. When I asked her why she didn't vote, she didn't even go there to register. I think she lost her card and then she couldn't go because she was sick. But the young people will be all there. And, no, I say about all these people then. I'm talking about, no, 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 listen, listen. No, I'm talking about to advertise the not this thing here. I'm bringing some nurses, Liberian nurses on. We will have a conversation. They're going to Liberia. They're volunteering. They did it in 2019, and they're going there this time in May. The leader just came back from Liberia and did all the little on the met people from JFK. They will go there. They will help and help other, free of charge, free. They got other Americans. They got an organization that sponsor them, but they look for money. So maybe on that day, because I want for a lot of people to come in, and then people can make some contribution to them. It can be $5, $10. But what I'm saying that I will advertise the flyers before I start the program, and then when I finish with them, I will try to see if I can get them on all our Liberian platforms, and just to promote it. And then we'll go to Liberia, and then look, we got to promote anything that will benefit Liberia, anything. And I hope Mr. Cummings might see them too and make his own contribution to them. Mr. Cummings, his foundation made a contribution of $25,000 to they teach, I know teach one or teach all, they teach that went to Liberia training Liberians and university students to teach to be teaching, and some of them make it what 250. And so we will see the best way possible. But we got to work together as group, So we all know Mr. Cummings, it is clear Mr. Cummings is the guy, my people. Let me tell you the real truth. If Mr. Cummings was not in the light, if he was not the man, they won't be calling his name all over this place. But Mr. Cummings is the man. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. Have a good night, a blessed night. Tomorrow is Friday. Oh, today's okay. Let me check my. If they say you want to check your account, you got to check your account after 12 o'clock. So tomorrow Thursday, and then Friday. Sometime at time the small thing can come around. So you got to check it after 12 o'clock sometime. But anyway, y'all have a good day. This is Munel Kishan, aka the General. Some people say, but who gave you General? Yes, I am an Inspector General, Republic of Liberia. You like it, you don't like it, Jack O'Lantern. Jack O'Lantern. Oh, tidere, 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 dan 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 dan. Oh, Joshua Yombly Joe, Alice Cummings will be president. Oh, tidere, Liberia, Liberia, Liberia. Oh, Alice Cummings will be president. Don't hate the player, I hate the game. Alice Cummings are the one the people want. So when I hear your here. Liberians, the youth will teach you a lesson. You will learn from Alice Cummings. Look, when Mr. Cummings win election, there will be a tsunami in Liberia. People will change. Hayaka. We that are supporting Mr. Cummings, we will change. If we got something on our sleeves, we will change. Yep, we will. We will, we will, we will, we will. We'll change you. Trust me, tsunami. That thing as people going to work 10 o'clock. You ain't know about Mr. Cummings. Let Mr. Cummings say I get in at 7 o'clock. They know all the people that work Cummings. Yeah. That's how the man whole life look like. When Mr. Cummings set an appointment for you and he said, let me 12 o'clock. And this appointment will be at least around 1 o'clock. It will be for 1 hour. If you come there after 12, he will see you. But just know that the balance of the time will be subtracted. Yeah. Yeah, he's not difficult to deal with. It's very easy, I can tell you. Very, 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 very easy to deal with. Very easy. Hey, Morella. Yep. You gotta pray for each other. Pray for me, and I pray for you. Mandela and Madeline Mayunga. I want to say thanks to everyone and for watching. My guest Cynthia. I can't call all the names, but I've been clicking all the names on anyway. Regina and others, thank you. But don't forget now, when I strike my own deal too to start broadcasting in Liberia, I will be depending on you. I can put my hand in my pocket and use all my own money to and be paying radio station. Because this time now we got to take the ball by the horn. So if I tell you, say I try to raise only $400 to pay the people every month, I expect you to live fast and fast. And when 20 people pay $5, that $100. I'm not talking about the GMB supporter them. I'm not talking about the George we are supporter because I know they will soon cost. They will say, oh, and you say you may, you looking for money. Let's see. But anyway, they get some good ones they will pay, like this guy here. Like they want all the guy there who talking, they will say something, they will pay something. Okay. I'll talk to you all later. Y'all have a good day, blessed night, and y'all sleep tight. Keep safe. I know some of you have to work right now. Some of you are going to sleep. I say I come and go to sleep. I got to get up in the morning and then go to work and then come back in the evening. And then I will be coming on tomorrow. Saturday, I might not go nowhere. Maybe I got two shows on Saturday. I will join the ANC show and also I will join Muna, Muna Fahad and Conan Remy Great. I might join them on Saturday. That Saturday, Seth? Oh, yes. I got a meeting on Saturday by 6 o'clock. No, that tomorrow? Oh, Sunday. Sunday, good. Good. On Sunday, I got a meeting. Okay, guys. Y'all take care. Eh? I love you guys. Ain't mean I don't love my wife now. I love you guys. So I love people.